All right, Christina, let's get serious and discuss some of the deeper questions. The first question I want to ask: what was the toughest time in your life and how did you bounce back from it?
Oh man. Okay. Um, I will talk about yeah, okay. Toughest time in my life. I want to say February 2019, so last February. You were actually there, James. You and Rosemary. We went to Vegas, remember?
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun because we all rented an Airbnb with the herd, and it was so much fun. We were celebrating just like the February and January birthdays. It was night one that we were going to go out clubbing. I forget what night it was, but I remember we were all getting ready, and then it's an Airbnb, and I was downstairs getting ready. So I've struggled with my weight my entire life. I remember packing for this trip. I was like, oh yeah, like I was so excited. But then when we were getting ready that first night to go clubbing, I had realized that like what I had packed wasn't fitting me anymore. So I had a little moment of panic. No one knew this. I don't think you even remember. I don't think anyone caught on. Like I didn't tell anybody. So I was freaking out a little bit in the bathroom and I didn't want to make a scene. I wanted to go to the store to find something else to wear, but I made it work somehow with like I had a jumpsuit at the time, so I made it work. But I had a moment in that bathroom by myself when I was trying on all of my club wear and realizing it wasn't fitting me or it didn't fit me anymore. Um, yeah, I was really depressed. I felt super low. I wanted to cut the trip short. I wanted to leave. I just did not feel good about myself. Um, but I needed to put up a front because I didn't want to make anyone like feel awkward or anything. So, but the rest of that weekend was just like I was not happy. I mean, I was hiding it, but sorry, sorry. I've come a long way, but I just thinking back to that moment, like it was really sad. So I made it work, and it was so much fun. The whole weekend was so much fun around you guys. And then I remember the drive back, yeah, Sunday. It was like the longest drive back ever. I was so sick and tired of I was just like, I need to do something. I hate feeling so like, I'm not skinny. I didn't feel pretty. I didn't feel smart. I didn't feel capable. I just felt like I wasn't enough. I was really hard on myself. So I remember I was scrolling through Facebook on the car ride home, and I had saw someone post something about like, oh, are you ready to make a change from like the living room from just from your home and your living room. You don't need the gym, you can have a trainer tell you what to do right on your TV screen. So I was like on Facebook and I saw this post and I was like, oh, that's cool. So I looked into it more, and that's when I saw the whole thing about Beachbody. And I was just kind of like, I'm like, well, I mean, it's from the comfort of my home. Like, I can start it and see how it goes. Um, anyway, so we ended up going ahead and, or I enrolled. I reached out to this person who is now my Beachbody coach. Shout out to Whitney. But yeah, so anyway, so I enrolled, and then she told me, she's like, oh, you don't have to get weights yet. You can just use water bottles to start. There's a bunch of different programs that range from like beginner level to advanced. They have like cardio, they have weight training, especially since I had previously tried gyms and stuff, but I just always felt super uncomfortable. So I'm like, okay, I'll give this a shot. Um, so then in March 2019, I started Beachbody. that's when I started the whole kind of like my weight loss journey. I remember the very first day I tried Beachbody, and it was very discouraging. Um, I did cry the first workout because it was so hard, and I just realized just like how out of shape and how I realized how hard it was going to be. And I remember I did the first workout here in my room. I streamed it from my phone because I didn't want to do it in the living room yet. I was embarrassed, even with my family. Um, so I tried it here in my room. I remember I got super tired like a few minutes in. And I remember just kind of like I paused it and I started crying. I was like, what's the point? I was like, what's the point? Like you have anyway, I was always in just like a really bad mental space. I was always putting myself down and I always yeah. So I think for a good month, um, when doing Beachbody, like I would just like cry after every workout. So dramatic. I would just be like, oh, like what's the point? I think it's because like I would see how long this journey would be. You know what I mean? So I would be very but after I would cry every workout the first month, I told myself, I was like, Christina, I would try to just like stop the negative thoughts and I'd be like, Christina, you need to try, like, don't give up this time. Because I've tried so many diets before. I've tried like Weight Watchers, the Atkins. I've tried going to the gym. I've used to try all the time, like from high school and on. But I told myself, I was like, you can do this. Like, just don't give up. I told myself, let's see what happens when you don't give up this time. Just give it time. So I remember the first few months getting on the scale, nothing would move. It's very discouraging, but I kept telling myself, like, Christina, don't give up. It took me years to put on my weight. You know what I mean? It's not gonna like come off in days or even months. I need to give it time. So I think by like the 2.5, third month mark, I had seen finally that I went down 5 pounds. Those 5 pounds are like what fueled me to keep going. And that's how I did to this day, just aiming 1 pound at a time, 5 pound increments. Like I ended up having a terminal goal, but I wouldn't see it like that, like a long term goal. I just focus on this next pound down, this next pound down, and just like being consistent and showing up for myself every day. Um, but yeah, I mean, I know that's a long response to your question, and you're like, oh yeah, toughest time in your life and how you bounce back. It's just showing up for myself every day. Um, you know, it took me, how old was I? It took me 28 years for me to change my perspective and like to really commit and to really realize like I need to make a change. I've been overweight my entire life. I had always overthought um, everything due to my weight, broke furniture, um, struggled to put on or like tie shoes, flying on airplanes, getting worried if the seatbelt won't work or won't fit, um, getting kicked off rides like or roller coasters at amusement parks. It sucks. I mean, now things are so much better, but I remember all those moments. They were just like heartbreaking situations that have always happened throughout my life because of my weight. Um, but but now I am more focused on who I can be and who I'm becoming. So I've lost so much physically. I'm currently down 95 pounds, by the way, almost hitting that 100.
Amazing.
But I feel that, yeah, okay, I've lost a lot physically, but I feel that I've gained so much more mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Um, yeah, I mean, we are our own worst critic. Once you start believing in yourself, there's like nothing you cannot do, and I've realized that. This whole weight loss journey is definitely it's been so hard. You have to like showing up for yourself every day and being consistent. Honestly, it's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Before this, I thought it was grad school. This is something completely different. Grad school, you're given a textbook, you're given an assignment, like okay, you can do it. But this, the mental toll and the emotional toll it has on you, it's a lot. So really, I'm glad that I truly care about myself. Um,
Mm-hmm.
when that change in perspective, when that weekend in Vegas happened and I had that moment, it's just like, it was like a light switch, like something happened. And it's crazy because before that, I had moments too, like the ones I listed to you, but I guess they weren't so, I don't want to say traumatizing, but I guess it wasn't enough to go ahead and just like light that fire or like turn that switch.
Mm-hmm.
So much more. I am confident right now. I feel that I know my worth. I'm happy. And I know that that would not have been possible without my change in perspective. Um, yeah, sorry. That was like a long response, but
That's amazing, Christina. That honestly, that is. I said to you before we started this episode, you have such a superwoman journey, and like to go through. It's not only the physical aspect of things of what you went through, but just mentally and what you thought and what you these thoughts about yourself, and how there's certain things that society asked us to sort of be. So for I want to say though, like your mental strength, your stability, like you say you went through these times, like with the airplane and the roller coaster and whatnot, but for you to like not let that, I know that it slowly eats you, but to not let you drown you in the moment, to still be confident and be who you are, and be like I always say, unwavering positivity. That's literally what you've had your entire life. So don't think the last 28 years was something that it only took till February to wake up on. Like had so many strengths. You had so many strengths that many other people didn't have. To like, there's things that you felt that are negative, but you found a way to cope with it and spin it as a positive. Yes, February happened, and it kind of it does slow eat, and there's like like it erupts right there, and then yeah, now it's a wake up call, and now it's gonna take me on this journey, and then being with the pandemic and being at home and so easy to like convenient that you picked up the beach body, you were influenced by something that you saw, and that Rosemary has taken upon that too. I have taken upon that myself as well. It's just like now we don't have to go to the gym right now. There's times that you do, but like to really focus on our physical health and our well-being, like it's paramount during this time, and it should have been paramount through our entire lives. But your mental strength through all of this, yeah, like don't think that was ever a sign of fault or weakness. You've had it there inside your heart. You've had it there inside your mind. You were always the toughest Cristina Gallardo that you could ever be. And now you're gonna carry that until you have kids, your grandkids, you're gonna carry it, you're gonna pass it on to other generations. You're inspiring us all now, and like it's so powerful, and
yeah.
we're proud of you, and we love you through all that. Like honestly, again, I'm gonna say it. It's a superwoman story that you have shown all of us.
And then like even back then, I think about to who I was, elementary, junior high, high school, college, like through my early 20s. Like I'm never gonna be here to ever downgrade like the old me, you know what I mean? Like when I don't even say the whole me, like I'm still the same person. I guess it's just when I look differently, like even when I was heavier, like I'm not here to ever downgrade that person. I always felt like I was a badass bitch. Are you kidding me? Like I never let that hold me back. You know what I mean? Like I traveled the world when I was heavier. That's when I was getting on the planes the most. That's when I was doing these like
There
experiences.
you
I
go.
never let my weight hold me back, but of course like I would have moments where it's like things would be easier if I was just healthier. Um and then realizing like to this day now the whole just like mental view I have on everything now, like it's not even just to look skinny. Like I don't care about being skinny anymore. Now it's just to be healthier. That's all I care about. I don't want to no, like I'm so much healthier right now. Like yeah, I want to keep losing, but the number on the scale or like being a certain pant size, like that's not what makes me me. Like I want to just like try to live a long, healthy life. So
Hmm.
healthy is definitely the key word. Like it's not even skinny anymore. And back then I used to always be like, oh, I had to look a certain way. I had to be this, had to be that. No, just I'll feel healthier. You know what I mean? Like diabetes runs in my family. We have high
Hmm.
blood pressure. Like I remember when did I go for a checkup? I think it was this June. Like I went for a checkup. I told the doctor like I want to check everything. Like you need like all the blood work. Like I just want to check all my levels, like a very comprehensive blood work exam. Everything's fine. You know what I mean? Like everything's good. Like I'm not even there's no sign of diabetes, blood pressure is fine. Like I'm super healthy right now.
Hmm.
So just gotta keep at it. I mean, like I said, I have a long term goal. I'm almost approaching that. I'm like, yeah, I'm almost there to my long term goal. When I hit that goal, like then maybe I'll make another goal. Maybe it'll be to tone. Maybe it'll be to, you know what I mean? But it's not because like, oh, I want to go down to a size 4. No,
Hmm.
no, it's not like that at all. Um, but yeah.
Amazing.